Good morning, guys. Once again, we are back with our YouTube channel and we are here to examine a Tesla stock today. What's going to happen? Today is December 4, and if we start to look at Tesla, then I would say, like never look, like your perspective should be clear when you are trading Tesla options because those are very, very dangerous. So, in today's video, what I want to show you, like where we are right now, what will be the levels, and how it's going to perform in coming weeks or the week over after December. So December, I'm pretty sure if you look at the Fed's news are coming, they are cutting the rates and all those news. So are you really care about news? If you care about news, it means you are looking for very, very short term, which is not our goal here. Guys, if you are into Tesla options, then never go for short term. Always look, always broaden your perspective, right? So if I look here, let's start it to look at the levels, right? So if I would just want to show whenever you start to look any stock like Tesla, then I would suggest look for to start from daily. So daily, look at the daily one day, right? Select one day, adjust your graphs according to your view, and then look at this Tesla. Okay, so here you go. So this is the trend line I draw basically. If you want a quick session on trend line, I can just I have videos over there on my YouTube channel. You can go and explore how to draw a trend line. So I draw a trend line. It started from the top, and basically when you draw trend line, you should try to just try to touch all the higher highs of that particular stock. So I can give I can make a one more good videos if you want it. But here, if I look at the levels right now, so in the long term on daily, if you look, this is the highest, which is 415. Then you look at 402, then look at 383, and then I would not consider this part. I would directly go here because what happened here, it was in the downtrend. It goes down, it goes down, it goes down. So it tried to make higher lows structure, and this structure breaks because once it was 382, it unable to break even 318, which was which was a previous resistance on these levels. So let's not talk about more on these levels. We are considering about these level. What is this structure forming these days, right? So if you look at this structure right now, and if I only consider this particular part, right? So how is it, right? I mean, if you look at it and try to draw some more lines here, this particular here, I would say this is our base right now, right? So if you look at my this trend line, this particular one, the one I draw below, or let me show you quickly from here to here. You see this one? So all I can do is just take the brush here and highlighted this part only, right? So if I look at the lower lows on this particular was 192, and it is trying to form a structure which is, it is trying to go down and come up, and it's trying to break. It is trying to break, which was an all-time high trend line. Um, so the possibly from here, if you look at closely, right? This is on now on the 15 minutes. If you come on 15 minutes closely, what's gonna happen? Let's first complete the daily analysis, and then we go for 15 minutes, right? So if you look at the daily again, let's draw our one more trend line, which will be this one, right? So this is our daily structure forming, right? And if you look this one closely, let me select. If you look this one closely and try to draw, So last Friday it rejected, like it was trying to go, but it rejected here, 231, 231, 231. So there's a good chances this is stock. Tesla is having, a good support, like a good buyers are kicking in at 231. So if you want to trade today, you know, never go for short term. I would suggest if you want to look, if you are looking calls, then go for, at least November next year, 24, November 24, right? Or let me see, what is this week? So if you want to take a look, so what are the levels it goes? So simply I draw one of the, one of the trend line which is going to support this particular structure. So it rejected clearly. I was thinking last Friday it would go to 230 or 229, but it rejected clearly 231. Below that, the buyers kicks in and it goes up. That is where, well, that is what kind of movement we have to capture when we are trading this kind of a stock, which is Tesla, a dangerous stock, right? So what I would suggest, guys, if you are planning for the call, so I would say this structure is still bullish until unless the breaking of 231 is not happening. Look closely, right? Look closely, choose wisely, and then you see, like, I'm pretty sure what's going to happen. It rejected, it comes back, it rejected, comes back. Now it is a higher high. Every time it is coming down, it is making a higher structure. So it is a higher high structure now. So 246 and then 253, 252 rejected. So good chances is it's gonna look at 270 if it's cross. If it's cross this 249, 250, it's gonna next will be 268 or 270. So, but what I can say here, let me just do one thing. I would just write the labels at the end of this video. Probably you can just follow them, but let's discuss more on this. So what I can do is you can select this again. Let's draw one more trend line, right, which is still touching the higher high. So this is it is in this channel right now. So guys, whenever this kind of channel form, and I will show you, it goes like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, and break out. So good chances is I can say, I must say, like what's gonna happen. This and this is I told you in the beginning, this is my all-time high trend line. Once it's broke this structure, this higher trend line, it's gonna go nuts. And this is the target 314. I'm writing this down here. This is the target 314 in coming months. But for that, it has to break this structure. So first target is 270. So I would say if I just remove everything here, right? Let's select this one. So take this one off, take this one off, and now get back to our own this one. I'm just drawing one more trend line here, which is pretty much touching everywhere, which we want this way. So now this is our two trend line I draw, which is a kind of bullish structure is forming. So in this bullish structure, I would say now let's look at the 15 minutes. So if you are into day trade, then started to go for shorter time frame. Otherwise, bigger time frames are always good for long calls. So now if I try to look here, right, and if I look at 15 minutes, So look at this structure. Look at this trend line, how it is forming, right? So if on 15 minutes, if I look here closely, you see this one, this is support. This is a support, right? 232. This is support, clear support on 232. How many time it bounce? How you look at support? How many time it bounce? At that several point. At that point, how many time it bounce? There you will find the support, right? So you should always draw your zones. When I say zones, it will be a demand and supply. If you look here, I just have these algos you can find here. I just put it here. I'm gonna remove this one super trend because this is like more buy and sell, right? So if you what you're gonna do is you just need to expand it more, and once you expand it more, you will get your demand and supply zone created, right? So this is gonna be your supply and demand concept here kicks in. So right now, if you look at this particular chart, it retraces how much it retraces on Friday. It retraces if you look at only for how many days, one, two, and the yellow portions are pre-market, the gray portions are aftermarket, and the white portions are basically trading hours, right? So if you look at this chart closely, how many days? One, two, three, four, 5 days, right? 5 days and 15 minutes. So what are your support zones? Your support zones are 232. So 232. That is your support. And now if we look closely here, right? And so if I consider this particular zone, right? And you see this line, this is just 50% retracement. So wait for this to touch this particular retracement, which is 242. Let's see, right? Which is 242 or 243. So you should wait. So I would say wait for 232, 242. Once it touches 242, I would just try to enter a buy side, right? I mean, look at this. Once it touches 242, I would suggest to get into the buy side of this Tesla stock. So right after 242, I'm pretty sure it's gonna see a new higher high, which will be your this again. Once it reaches in this zone, it will just try to check how high it can go, right? And if you look at the next levels, then I would say these are the next levels, right? 255, 255, where it rejected last time, here, right? It rejected here, which was, so next target is 270 after that. So let me write it down, right? So it will be easy for you. Since I just draw all my trend lines and we find the clear targets, right? So I would just draw, I just draw the target here, right? So I write it down here already, 230 to 242. Let me clear put the in the notepad, right? Tesla support 232. If it cross 242, good chances to enter, call up to 252 in no time. If it cross 252, then next is 270. It's coming for sure, guys. That is what your target should be. This zone, I'm telling you, see, look at this zone clearly, what it's saying right now. Yeah, I will fix this thing. This is weird. Okay, I'll fix it. So let me select the arrow again. So look at this. So what is happening? It's clearly, I mentioned it here. Tesla support at 232. If it cross 242, good chances to enter call up to 252. So wait for this, guys. Once it's crossed this 50% retracement, I'm pretty sure it's gonna see new higher highs on this chart. So I would say enter your calls, but take calls when which call you want to take. So I would suggest I am targeting if it goes down and shows a clear support at 232, right? I would suggest to look for the calls, 280 calls for January, which let me put it here, which is 3.90 last price on Friday. And right, so wait for the market and settle down, right? The price should be settled down to 3 point. So your 3.50 and a stop loss is 3.0. That is what you should do. That's what all I'm saying, guys. Look for these calls if you want. Also, like it is always risky for the options. So buy it whatever you can lose, right? I mean, it's all depend on like what kind of account you have. If you have bigger accounts, people take more risk. If you have a smaller account, take a small risk, right? That's all I can say. All right, guys, if you like this video, please comment and suggest like what else you want me to include in this particular video. So for future, we can make a better video for you. All right, guys, and happy trading for the Monday, and we are in first week of December. So I wish you all the best for your trading. Thank you, guys.